fitness from his ankle injury, and no surprise to see Godfrey Poku straight back in. Of course, Poku knows all too well about Alfreton and the other way around as well. I think we heard from Steve Kittrick at Blundell Park, Steve, saying that he wanted to see a reaction from Poku. Didn't feel he'd been on his game in the last couple. Do you share that view?
I thought it was a little bit surprising, actually, those comments from Steve Kittrick. I must admit, I think Godfrey Poku, perhaps you could make that argument, but it can...
And the ref is about to get this game underway. A decent-sized crowd here. The Bucks fans have only seen 2 league wins here this season. They're hoping that changes this afternoon. Entry to take this one. Ian Sharps is up there. Smith and Dyer. Also Byrne. Some height there then, and they look to pick out Byrne, who's offside. And a free kick here for the away team.
Is Simon Lenigan in particular, but that's a real threat.
7 gone towards the far post this corner. The rangy midfielder kept in, back in, and a header towards where the cross came from, and it's headed wide. Action is having. Here's Tony Gray. The ball drops over his shoulder. He's surrounded by 3 Alfreton players. Grogan's tackle, but then the loose ball falls to Gray and just pokes it down that left channel, making the goal away to our right. But they lose possession, and now they're on the back foot with Ironside down that right wing. And the cross is in and caught well by Freddie Hall. Good header by Gray. Alfreton a bit slow to react, and it falls for Gray on the D, onto his favoured right foot. Strong challenge eventually there from Alan Bentley. But the away team are struggling to get this ball cleared properly up to the halfway line. They were slow to react there and gifted Telford a bit of room in a dangerous area. On the counter-attack, though, there's a big gap down the right-hand side. The ball's kept in by John Johnston. Poor cross, though, caught by Freddie Hall.
They'll drop it around the penalty spot and try and make something happen, and, well, here it goes.
Danny Ventry opts for height. Grogan nods it down, but behind for a goal kick.
It's in a full-time league. We're in March tomorrow, so we get into that stage where tiredness will take its toll.
Telford have room here. Gray breezes past one defender. That was Luke Graham, the former Hereford man, but Gray has no options. He's got no support. Somehow gets his crossing. Grogan! And it comes off this defender's shoulder and loops over.
Headed it goalwards, was surely going in, but a fantastic intervention from Bradley Wood to prevent a certain goal.
Ventry, an away swinger, comes off Dyer, cleared at the far post, up to the halfway line. And now it's pumped back forward by McLaughlin. The Everton loanee, a goal in our other featured game. Northampton have taken the lead against Shrewsbury. Suddenly, Shrewsbury finding themselves in a bit of bother in League Two as they look to win the title. The ball's back into the Alfreton box. Good header by Dyer, and Telford playing well here. Oh, that is a mid-table squad for me. Here's Ventry's free kick, flashes it in. Slight touch from Dyer, then struck the legs of Bradley Wood on its way through, and Nathaniel Rowe-Turner defended well. Now on the counter-attack, here come Alfreton. McLaughlin's pulled up and the shot is high and wide. Telford lose it on the counter-attack. Here comes Dan Bradley. Looks up, he's got support over on that right-hand side. John Johnson in towards Ironside, strikes him on the chest. Couldn't get it under control. Running away from goal too. Now here's Rowe-Turner to Hawley, back to goal. Turns back onto his left foot. Hit it well, on target, and deflected on its way through by Neil Byrne.
And Telford where they are is because their results against the teams around them are absolutely dire.
A free kick here, whipped in by Ventry. Free header by Byrne, got there ahead of the defender, but he heads it wide. His man heading it there, but Telford lose it in midfield, and Thanodge spots Hawley in room down this left channel. Inside the Telford box, it's 0-0. Hawley to the dead ball line. Good tackle by Disney, sticks in his left foot. Encroach too close. They do the same thing to the number 10, Bradley, with those orange boots on. Oh, he gets past both of them as if they weren't there, and Telford get lucky.
At the back, and showing all his class, his experience, his knowledge, his leadership out there on the pitch. He's been excellent.
Cross in, wayward though. Drops on top of the Telford goal. For something for that to happen. There isn't too many murmurings of a team in trouble, although Lincoln City are not doing great financially. Telford aren't doing great defensively here. Chipped over Freddie Hall's head and headed away from the line by Neil Byrne. Glenn Matthews caught out of position from the Irish youngster. Telford go long, looking for Gray. The defender struggling here, and he gets it back to his keeper, and it bounces awkwardly. And had Godfrey Poku picked it up cleanly, he may well have caught the keeper off his line. But Telford have it over on that left-hand side now, with Dyer as we approach half-time. Needed more height on that cross, and he'll get another chance. Telford box, we can welcome our listeners as Alfreton have a free kick here. With just a few seconds to go of this first half, it's 0-0. Johnston with the free kick. Good, strong head away by Ian Sharps, who has been solid again today. A standout performer, Ian Sharps, dominating that midfield. And very little has happened in this first half. That would be very good. Well, we are underway finally after a slightly delayed start to this second half. 0-0. Here, Luke Graham. And the ball runs under the feet of Bradley. Telford on the counter-attack. Won't get the ball because that's good defending by Roe Turner. Throw in. Bradley Wood, who had a very good first half with a throw in towards the near post. Headed on. Sharps header straight to Hawley, and the shot driven hard and low. For the sake of changing it, because what's going on at the moment clearly isn't working. Well, here's Dan Bradley, who's a good midfielder, and he's weaving his way back towards the halfway line, then forward again. Hawley onto his right foot, Thanod's down the outside, and he drills it at the near post. Corner kicks, they've tried a couple of times already. Here we go again. The corner on this near side in front of the players' tunnel. 0-0, 56 minutes gone. Low ball in. Headed clear by Ventry, but straight back out at Johnston on this right wing. Delicate chip this time, free header, goal! And it's Luke Graham with the goal. Alfreton take the lead. Poor marking from Telford on that far post. Poor initial clearance from Ventry, straight back to the corner taker. And Alfreton break the deadlock here. It's Telford 0, Alfreton 1. Is the only man inside the centre circle. Freddie Hall doing some stretching exercises. The corner's taken away to our left, over the keeper's head, and loops up over the head of Sean Clancy. A few things out. Fair play, he's tried to allow it to flow. Right-footed corner. Sharps got in front of the keeper. The keeper punches it behind. Neil Byrne, he's got two players next to him. Free header for Roe Turner. Poor clearance by Hawley. For Clancy, shoots, and a good fingertip save from Mooney, low to his left. Ian Sharps, the Telford captain, giving out the instructions. It's won by Bradley. Slip down the centre. Ironside on his right foot. Again, another chance, and a good save from Hall. Adam Farrell drying the ball off. And guess what? In towards the near post again. Headed clear again. Out to Disney, chipped back in, high ball, Mooney punches it clear, and he's taken out two players with him there, big John Mooney. The ball's inside the midfield, and Thanodge over the top, and if he looks up here, Johnston, he can see Hawley in room. He's going to go himself here. Hall comes out, and Matthews gets a touch onto it and passes it straight to an Alfreton player. Another chance, blocked it again, Matthews down on the floor. Right. Telford still squeezing higher up the field. Here's Farrell's cross. Shot from Smith. Miss! Goal! He should have got an equaliser. Golden chance for Sam Smith to get his 7th goal of the season. Time left for an equaliser. The referee looks at his watch. Freddie Hall takes it, and they've lost. Telford have lost. It has been a dreadful afternoon. And listen to the boos around us here at the Bucks Head. Well, yeah, I mean, that's that for me. I think I felt that way after the Dartford game a fortnight ago, but this was another dreadfully poor afternoon for Telford. They've got what they deserved, I'm afraid.